Hello everyone, my name is Miss Bowman, and today we're going to be doing a lab. The lab is called the floating needle. For this lab, you will need a cup of water, a bowl, and some needles. I'm excited to get started, but before we do, let's stop and think and create a prediction. What do you think will happen for this lab? Will the needle float or will it sink? And why is that? Take a moment and discuss this with your friends, your teacher, and your peers. All right, let's get started. First, we're gonna take the water and pour it in the bowl. Make sure it doesn't splash. Then, we're gonna take our needles. Please be careful with these and always make sure you have an adult with them because they are sharp. But we're gonna take one out. We're gonna gently place it on the top of the water. As you can see, the needle is floating on the top of the surface of the water, and it's even moving around from us pouring the water in. If we zoom in, we can see that I'm taking the needle and gently hovering it over the water and letting it drop onto the surface. Let's do that one more time. We're going to take the needle and gently place it in the water. As you can see, we have 3 needles floating on the top of the water, and even if we stir the water a little bit, they move around, but they don't sink. Now, let's think about what's happening here. With this water, there is surface tension. This happens from molecules sticking together and creating a skin on the surface of the water. If we think about this, it's kind of like insects on a pond. Their little legs are scurrying across the top of the water, but they don't sink. And this is because their weight is light enough to not disturb the surface of the water. Now, we have a standard that we can tie this into, and this is a Georgia Standard of Excellence. This is S2P1, which reads, obtain, evaluate, and communicate information about the properties of matter and changes that occur in objects. So, with this experiment, we would call this a discrepant event, which basically means that the outcome is not what we originally would think would happen. So some might have said, oh, the needles are going to drop in, or it's going to float in the middle. But as we saw, the needles float. Using this hands-on activity, students are able to get into the project and figure out what's happening. They're going to ask questions and be more involved. This allows them to gain critical thinking skills and have a drive to learn more and ask questions and want to do more experiments. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.